this is Steve again. Basically, 1st of October 2025. I was up here a couple days and I got a little bit more done on the scenery. I'll kind of give a very brief overview. This won't take super long. If you recall the last time I showed my bridge crossing over the Susquehanna River, North Branch, and I'd also shown on this upper deck this covered bridge scene with the Catawissa Creek. Now you can see in between there where it goes around the island, I've gone ahead and put a backdrop in that just shows a field, and then I've gone ahead and come around, and I got to lift this up to show it, but you can see got some hillside material in with some rock work, and that pretty much takes me over to the other side here of the layout. Now we'll go down to the first deck, which has really not been worked on in a while, and I'm going to come around and you'll see my construction zone, so to speak, here on the first deck. But anyhow, let's go up to the second deck. So here's where I was just at. There's the covered bridge. So the track comes through here, and I have put in a kind of a road and mountain scene here, and I'm going to back up. I have a road that kind of curves up between the hills into the backdrop here, and there's a road crossing, and then the road curves this direction into the backdrop. So what I have, let's go back, kind of a mountainside scene here with some cliff work and so on. And the road comes down here like that. And I've got a house scene here, just a simple story-and-a-half house, which is actually, I believe, a 3D printed structure I acquired. And on the other side here is a farm scene with a farmhouse here, and that's a scratch-built barn I built probably 30 years ago. So we got a little house here and a barn, and here's kind of a panorama of it as you come down the side. And then what I did here is something I never tried before. This is static grass blend in the front here. But what I did is I made like a soybean type field here. And that was pretty simple. I just put the base down of a dark brown dirt color, so to speak, and sprinkled real fine turf on it. And then I took white glue and made all the strips along. And then I used coarse Woodland Scenics flocking material and just covered the area, and then vacuumed and brushed it all up when it was done, and that left like kind of field, so to speak, like that. So I think it turned out okay. So here we go. We got the farm, house there, the farm, this field. And then we come here to the outskirts of Danville. I went ahead and put part of the roads in for Danville and just a little bit of scenery. Next time I plan to do the town itself. And I've got the main road going back to the backdrop, and that's as far as I've gotten. I still have to put in sidewalks, details, foliage, all that sort of stuff, just like I did on the previous towns. But that's how the right side of the town should look. And then, you know, here we haven't done anything yet. And then we'll come over here to my Chillisquaque Creek bridge, which I'll do. So I figured 2 more trips up here. I can work about 3 days at a time on it. I should be able to get this second deck finished. So the town of Danville, interestingly, it's a pretty thriving town now. It's on the north branch of the Susquehanna. I don't know what the population for it, 4,000 to 6,000 probably, but it's the home of the famous Geisinger Medical Center, which is a big multi-specialty medical clinic with all kinds of medical specialties and big hospitals and clinics and so on. And from what I understand, it's considered the largest multi-specialty medical clinic that is located in primarily a rural area. So that's a big driver of the town today. Interestingly, they say that Danville was the first town. They had a steelworks here at one time. The first town that made a steel rail for railroads back in the early 1800s. But anyhow, coming along here, we got the farm field. We got the farm. I've put some detail in there. And we've got the road that kind of cuts up through the trees there and off the stage, so to speak. So that's what I've got done this time. Wasn't too difficult of a job. And I'll back up here. You can see the second deck, and below it's the first deck. So I guess I'm reasonably happy with how it turned out. Not perfect, but hopefully the next time we're going to get to the town of Danville here. And usually the towns go pretty fast as far as getting the scenery done, because the buildings take up most of the scenery. But putting in the roads and the sidewalks takes a bit. I'm not sure yet, as I say, what I'm going to do in this area yet. There's about 3 feet here of open space, but I've got a pretty good idea what I'm going to do here at the creek. And then it goes into the second helix. So anyhow, thanks for watching. I'll post one in another couple, 3 weeks of what I get done the next time. Here's a view just looking down of what I just did. So y'all have a wonderful day.